Hello YouTubers, RogueMonkeyJr here, and in today's video I wanted to give my honest review of Battlefield 2042. I have around 60 hours of playtime as of making this video, so I have a pretty good idea of where I stand when it comes to Battlefield 2042. Yes, I know, it is quite a bit of time, but I like getting a solid amount of hours into a game before making a review about it. While I can sympathize with the devs and the struggle it might have been developing a game in a work-from-home situation during the pandemic, rather than being in studio and exchanging with colleagues in person, I still strongly believe that the game should have been delayed further out than November 12th. I honestly feel bad for all the devs who worked on Battlefield 2042 and wholeheartedly knew that the game was not ready for release, but still had to watch upper management, executives, and shareholders push for it to be released before the holidays, whether the game was ready or not. They must have been in excruciating crunch times for months to get it to the state where it's in now, which by the way I still wouldn't consider ready for release. So if you have played the game and are angry about its current state, that anger should mostly be directed towards higher ups at EA DICE rather than devs on Twitter. I see a lot of hate going around, talking to devs on Twitter and sending them angry messages, but unfortunately most of the devs don't make the decisions on stuff like release date. Like, they can push as hard as they want to get the game to be delayed, but at the end of the day the decision doesn't come down to them, and it is really quite unfortunate. With all that out of the way, let's get into what I think about Battlefield 2042. I have been having some fun with the game, especially with friends. Playing with a pre-made squad and being on voice comms and Discord makes the game a whole lot more fun than playing by yourself, where everyone is pretty much lone wolfing it because the new specialists allow for such a playstyle. I think the lack of voice chat really hinders the opportunity to play as a squad and coordinate tactics when soloing into games, because you always have to type out what your plan is or to try and communicate with people, and then again, not everybody has the chat open at all times. Some people choose to hide it, so sometimes communicating with your squad can be difficult. And also considering that you can't actually choose which squad you want to be in, it's just random, and if you want to change squads, it puts you into random squads. Finding a squad that wants to play together and be a cohesive unit is very difficult. When I was playing by myself, the fun I was having was often overshadowed by the litany of issues in the game, most notably bugs, the really bad performance issues, and the balance of all-out warfare as a whole, of which I made 2 videos about. I'll leave links in the description down below if you want to go check them out. One's called 33 Things Wrong with Battlefield 2042, and the second one being 40 More Things Wrong with Battlefield 2042, because as I played more and more of the game, I was finding more and more issues, so that's why I made a second video. But yeah, I'll leave links in the description down below, and it'll also be in a card in the top right hand corner if you want to go watch it after watching this video. I also strongly believe that 64 players was the way to go, and would love to have the option to queue into 64 player matches rather than the current 128 player ones. Despite aforementioned issues, I do think the game has a lot of promise, but there is a lot of work to be done by EA DICE to bring the game up to standards, which again should have been done prior to release. I've been seeing a lot of people on Reddit saying everybody's complaining about the game, but they're having fun with it. If you're having fun playing Battlefield 2042, good for you. And I mean, I'm even having some fun with Battlefield 2042, especially when playing with friends. But objectively, the game was not ready for release, and I think we can all agree with that. Now moving on, talking as a mostly infantry player, I was disappointed in seeing that there were no official modes for more boots on the ground gameplay, such as TDM, Domination, Rush, or something of the sorts, any other boots on the ground, mostly infantry focused game mode you can think of. So it's really unfortunate. If you're playing as an infantry player most of the time, you might not get what you're looking for in the all-out warfare experience, because it is pretty much a vehicle dodging simulator. There are a lot of vehicles. They are very powerful, especially the transport vehicles that have weapons on the top of them, such as the hovercraft, the Bolt, and the LETB-4. But yeah, that is also part of the balance issues that I was speaking of earlier. The only way to play such game modes currently is in Portal, but due to players making XP farming servers, progression has been disabled in custom games, so there's no way to play such game modes with Battlefield 2042 specialists / guns while being able to level them up and unlock attachments, which is really a shame. On the subject of Portal, it really does offer a lot with its custom game mode builder and of course logic editor. Being able to play old games is great, albeit there's only a small slice of Battlefield 1942, Bad Company 2, and Battlefield 3 to be experienced, and they also share similar bugs to the rest of Battlefield 2042. I really can't wait for people who are much smarter than me to create some really cool custom games with Portal. All in all, I think Portal is very promising, and if Ripple Effect keep putting in a lot of dev time, adding new content to Portal, it's really going to be, I think, a pillar of a community building aspect of Battlefield. And I really think a lot of people are going to be spending a lot of time in Portal, and it's going to be great for the longevity of Battlefield 2042. Finally, moving on to Hazard Zone. I only played a few rounds of it, and I must say, coming from Apex Legends, it is very underwhelming. There is a ton of balancing to be done with it, and I didn't really enjoy my time, albeit limited, with the Battle Royale type experience on offer in Battlefield 2042. It really didn't do anything at all for me, and dare I say Firestorm from Battlefield 5 was quite a bit more enjoyable than Hazard Zone. Maybe if they removed weaponized vehicles and increased the player count, it would be a little bit more fun, but it's not really why I play Battlefield. So to not make this video too long, in summary, I'm currently having fun in certain situations in Battlefield 2042, but again, lots of issues that often ruin my fun. I definitely think playing by yourself could be very painful, especially if you mostly enjoy infantry gameplay. I cannot, in good conscience, currently say this game is worth your money because, well, it really isn't. If you are purchasing the game right now, you are paying to be a playtester. I know that might sound really harsh, but it is the unfortunate truth. If you really want to try out the game, I would strongly suggest just getting a month of EA Play for like $5. I think that's the price. With that, you get a 10-hour trial, which is an ample amount of time to see whether you want to buy the game or not. If I wasn't a sucker, I would have waited probably another 3 to 6 months before purchasing the game. Also, if you have the Xbox Game Pass, I do believe you get EA Play included, so you can also do that. And if on the off chance that you do enjoy the game in its current state, having EA Play knocks 10% off your purchases, so it would pretty much pay for itself, seeing as the game is $60 for the standard edition, so knock 10% off. It's pretty much the price of the EA Play for a month. So with all that being said, that will do it for my review. I didn't want to make it too long, but those were my thoughts. If you have played Battlefield 2042, let me know yours in the comment section down below. If you haven't, let me know if you will be waiting a couple of months before picking it up, or if it is just a straight up pass for you this time around. Anyways, hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, thanks very much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.